Hilgren, very successful trip to the service line. Wahine with the pass. Set goes to Kubio Tenero, and the ball comes down in the Hawaii side of the court, so that's another point for USC.
Watch for a the next set to maybe go to Danielson in the back row.
Wahine backs out to Amber Kaufman. Kaufman gets this one in the quarter of play, but the ball is dug. USC back on the attack, high off the block. Kanani Danielson, great play to keep that ball alive. And then a back row hit by Stephanie Brandt. Look out, here come the women of Troy. Geisen blocked at the net. Kaufman keeps it alive. Brandt pops it high in the air. And Kubio Tenero floats it over. Eichler. Kubio Tenero, it's off the block and in or out. It's in. It's in. Point USC. Oh, Hawaii fans, it's a run of 6 straight points, and it's 11-4. Kanani Danielson from the back row, pipe shot. Ball dug by the Trojans. Kanani's doing some stellar work back there. Hawaii just can't seem to put a point away. Kubio Tenero from the left side, she's dug. Geisen, and there's Kanani again coming up with a nice defensive play for Hawaii. Geisen for USC. Brandt keeps it alive for Hawaii. They go to Kubio Tenero off the block and down, and finally that long USC run is over.
It was a tough rotation. Kubio Tenero got stuck on the left, and when you're stuck on the left and their team is not passing well, you're often left with facing 2 blockers waiting for you all the time, and that's what happened to Manelli.
Oh, and Danny Mafua hits it into the net, point USC. So the Trojans enjoy a 7-point lead here in set number 3, but trail 2-0.
When it takes that long to finally get a side out, the next server's got to go back and at least make SC earn their next point.
Rolliter with the serve. Farrell swinging for Hawaii, partially blocked, then dug. And Eichler celebrating for USC, but great job by Kanani Danielson to keep it alive. Now Mafua diving, Hawaii scrambling on defense, but to no avail as USC comes up with a point. You see Eichler celebrating the kill? Yeah, she didn't realize Kanani was so cat quick.
Yep. Dave Shoji's going to call his second timeout to try to stop the bleeding.
And they have been bleeding. USC up 13-5 in set number 3. Shoji got to right the ship for Hawaii. We'll be back with more collegiate volleyball. USC fans enjoying set number 3 up 13-5. Mike Seeley with some real instruction for the Rainbow Wahine there during that last timeout. Hey, here's something I'm going to do as soon as I can get home to my computer. I'm going to log on to K5, thehometeam.com, because K5 will save you money. You can dine out and just pay half by dining gift certificates at half price. Log on again to K5thehometeam.com and click the link to just pay half. I got to check that out. With today's economy, I can pay half? Are you kidding? Sign me up. Okay, let's see if the coaches got this Hawaii team headed in the right direction. Kubio Tenero hits that one just way long.
She's struggling right now. Manelli with 5 kills, 9 errors, hitting -182. You know, she's got good company with Jupiter and Geisen. They're also hitting negative for USC.
14-5, Trojans with the lead. Here's Anelli, and that one is no nonsense. You love her arm swing, huh? Just picture perfect.
You gotta love the fact that Mafua still had the confidence in her, because the SC blockers left and went out to block somebody else. They weren't around at all.
Hawaii could use a run, and that'll start it. An ace by Amber Kaufman.
And who could ever forget the night that Amber Kaufman was playing the number 3 team in the country last year, University of Washington, and ran off 11 aces on the jump float just like that.
USC goes to Jupiter, and Kaufman is handcuffed by that hot shot. So trouble for Hawaii, because now USC is gaining a little confidence, and if that gal, who has just 3 kills, can get her game in order, watch out. Mafua back set to Anelli Kubio Tenero off the block and out of bounds.
I'm sure that Mick Haley, during the intermission, challenged both Geisen and Jupiter to step up their games, You know, Jupiter is so physical, and Geison's such an important spiritual leader.
Eichler fires away, and Ellie pops the ball high in the air. Here's Connie Danielson, and she takes a half swing, knocks it into the net, point USC, and now the Trojans doubling up the Rainbow Wahine 16-8, and Dave Shoji going deep into the bench now. And Ellie Kubio-Tenero is going to come to the sideline for Hawaii, and Emily Maeda has gone into the contest for the first time. She is a freshman defensive player.
I guess they'll try to serve her. Yeah, they did. She passed it up perfectly. Good job by Emily.
Connie Danielson for Hawaii. She is dug. There's Jupiter firing. Ball popped in the air by Mafua. Farrell with a rare set. Blocked from the left side. Kanani Danielson is roofed, and Lauren Williams is having herself a match.
Yeah, she just steps over, closes the block, and at 6'4", easy for her to tiptoe up and get over that 7'4" net.
Yeah, but at least Emily Maeda was able to handle the serve. Let's see if she gets another opportunity here off the serve from Urango. And nope, Urango hits it into the net.
Emily brings some good energy to the court. And passing that ball she passed, you knew that they were going to pick on her because they hadn't seen Emily in any videotapes or anything. She hasn't played much, but well, she put that ball right on the money.
Stephanie Brandt long and out of bounds. That's a rare service error out of Stephanie Brandt.
Hard to get a rally going if you don't serve in. Hard to get yourself, your team, with any kind of momentum.
And there's Emily Maeda, the freshman, 5'6". She was getting some instruction from Liz Ka'aihui. Does a good job there of receiving the serve. Hawaii goes to Kanani Danielson off the block and out of bounds. Point Rainbow Wahine. Substitutions for Hawaii back into the contest. Comes Amber Kaufman. To the bench goes Brittany Hewitt. Liz Ka'aihui. Jump serve, floater. Williams, one of the few times she's been dug tonight. Now Kanani Danielson off the block and out of bounds.
Look at a big block, 6'3" Jupiter and 6'4" Williams on Kanani, and she still found a way to beat them. And a great dig by Maeda in the meantime.
And another service error by Hawaii as you look at Mick Haley. He's shaking his head. I don't know why. He had to like that.
I'm sure he's saying, boy, we're lucky to get out of that rotation.
18-11, USC by 7 here in set number 3, but trailing 2 sets to none. Jupiter with a hot serve. Hawaii controls it. Goes to Amber Kaufman, and she lowers the boom.
Much better connection this time between Mafua, the mid-pack product, and Kaufman, the senior out of San Jose.
Very athletic move that time. Amber Kaufman sliding to her right and hitting the ball while flying out of bounds. Jamie Lee serving it up for the Rainbow Wahine. Geisen to Ka'aihui. Kubio-Tenero kill Hawaii.
Watch for Mick Haley to call an early timeout. He hasn't used one yet. He's going to call it if Hawaii gets on any kind of a run. Kubio-Tenero just hitting high hands, just beating on the USC block there.
Hawaii's beginning to cut into that USC lead here in set number 3. But they don't have much time to do it as Lauren Williams picks up yet another kill, 20-13. Hawaii down 7.
Kendall Bateman, just such a good setter in the middle. She sets that 31 set. Very low trajectory and fast.
10 kills tonight for Williams. That set to Kaufman. It didn't work so well, but great job of blocking. All alone out there was Jessica Geisen, and she just found herself in the perfect position to make that block.
Excellent block. Geisen, the 24-year-old, 6th-year senior.
Love the net cam. Kubio-Tenero is blocked. They'll go back to her again. This time she rolls it over the top of the block. Trojans with an opportunity. They go cross court. Mafua cannot keep the ball in play. Point USC, and now it's 22-13. Looks like we're headed for 4, at least.
Could be a monster comeback from down 9 here.
Kubio-Tenero, she's blocked. Kubio-Tenero again. She's dug. Geisen fires. And Ellie with the dig, and Ellie now balance point. And Ellie hits it wide left and out of bounds. Boy, and Ellie running all over the court, and that's going to tire her out. Hawaii giving Kanani Danielson a breather here, trailing 23-13 in set number 3. She hasn't been in for a while. Back set goes to Amber Kaufman.
Yeah, normally, Kanani would be the release set in this particular rotation. Mafua would set Kanani out of the back row. But instead, on a broken play, really basically QB Montanero was Mafua's only set.
Jupiter out of the back row, hits it long and out of bounds point. Hawaii 23-14. And Coach Shoji continuing to go to that bench. Now it's Kat Fowler.